Hey, how are you? Oh, conversation today. We're talking about manifestation. My goodness, this has been a topic lately. Okay, well, lately, years, depending on your circle of friends. Okay, manifestation. How you feeling? Uh, the question is, do you believe in manifestation or not? Because you know what, here, bottom line of that is that whether or not you believe it, shit happens. It does. Okay. Manifestation story. And I apologize if this gets long and windy. I have actually, this is not my first take because I go side topics. And so I'm going to try and keep this short. Uh, Short version, car accident, insurance, involvement, body shop backup because of a previous hailstorm, just like the month before or something like that. Um, and there was something else. Oh, so rental car supplied by insurance policy. Turned out the closest thing available to the car that we were driving was a Jeep Grand Cherokee, which is a lot more, pardon me, than the car we were actually driving. Oh my goodness, my nose is itchy. Hang on one sec. I'm going to push pause here. If I can find the button, they changed them again. Hang on. What can I say? Um, Through the policy, we get a rental car, and they gave us a Jeep Grand Cherokee because it was a long weekend, so there's a limited selection, and that was apparently the closest thing to what we were driving, which is like bonus. It was an amazing ride for 3 weeks or so while they settled all that stuff up. When they finally got the adjustment done, we're like, apparently they're writing off the car, and I'm like, I'm kind of, a little bit upset because I really like the car, but not like, oh, it's life altering. It's just trying to find a used car in a used market that's extremely active right now is a teeny bit difficult. So we're just kind of like, crap. But appraisal went through, everything went through, and they called us. I don't know if it was late Thursday or early Friday morning. And I'm like, really? And you're giving us until Tuesday to try and find a used car, right? Okay. We had already been thinking about something similar to the Jeep Grand Cherokee. That's a mouthful. Because it was a nice ride. It had a few bells and whistles, and it was a little bit bigger. It was okay. Like for me personally, having to climb into a vehicle is a little awkward. I prefer to just slide my butt into the vehicle instead of climbing into it, but whatever. So it worked out. It was a good ride, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. So we started thinking about, what do we want for another car? Well, we still wanted to look for an SUV, and preferably with a sunroof, preferably in pretty good shape. Little stuff. That was our manifestation right there. That was it. It was short, it was sweet, it was simple. It's like 4 or 5 items we had on the list. And then we kind of forgot about it because insurance wasn't doing anything. They were backlogged as well. So we just had to wait. And then we got the call. At the same time, we're dealing with, flood and throwing out this and sorting this and anyway, a whole nother story. Um, so that was the extent that we put into the car. And then we get the call on late Thursday, early Friday, whatever I was saying, that the rental has to go back by Tuesday, and we've got part of Friday. That's what it was too. I think it ended up being only part of Friday and a little bit of Saturday and Monday if possible. But I mean, somewhere in between there, you have to get in touch with the insurance company, change the policy over, and you have to arrange financing through the bank if it's more than what you are getting back from your insurance. And like all these thoughts are going through our head, and we're just like, but we knew what we wanted. We're just so we toured around. We visited a couple of places, and a couple of them weren't open. They said they'd be open until 9. They weren't. So we came home. Actually, really quick side note, found a really good place for fish and chips. Okay, done. Um, that was a bonus, by the way. And so we came home and we sat on the couch and I practiced a little bit of breathing because it was a lot of running around and it's not something we do on a regular basis. So we just, I took a few breaths, decided, are we going to watch a movie? I made a chamomile tea. And we just sat there for a few minutes and I was breathing. And all of a sudden this thought came to me like, like super intuitive hit. You didn't see cars from this particular town or ads from this particular town. And I'm like, no, you know what? We didn't. So I punched in the town and there were the three dealerships that I knew were there. One in particular I knew has a superior reputation. The other two, as far as I know, have really good reputations. It's just I've only really known and heard about the one, but I knew of the others. So they all had used cars available. A couple were even within our budget, like bonus. And then we got to the one and it had, are you ready? A Jeep Cherokee Limited gold. It's seriously, it's the color gold. It's not like a bright, shiny gold chain type of gold. It's a nice, subtle hint of gold. It's beautiful. And bonus, really low mileage. That was not on our list. Yeah, all kinds of bells and whistles and toots and horns and buttons and there's more stuff going on in this car that I can even imagine should be going on in a car. Like it's just absolutely, to me, it's astounding. To some of you, it may be just ordinary shit. To me, it's astounding. And the when we were looking at the pictures online, I'm like, panoramic roof. Oh, I'm like, okay, so we asked for a sunroof. We got a panoramic roof. Like, this is what I'm saying when you say you leave the door open, and just manifest that, like, average, simple stuff, and let God, or if you want to call universe, source, Allah, whatever, I don't care. I'm going to say God for the purpose of the video to save time. So if you let God fill in the holes for you for what you need and what he knows you will appreciate, those holes are going to be filled in so much better than you can even imagine in your little brain. See, one of the things that, like we said, sunroof, we got a freaking panoramic roof. I'm like, seriously. We said four-wheel all-wheel drive. We got that. We're like, relatively good condition. Are you kidding? There's two little dents on this thing. That's it. There's no rust, no nothing. It's crazy. And on top of that, it's low mileage. On top of that, like, oh, it's got auto. You know what? Never mind. Whole different. I can spend a whole video explaining all the toys and bells and whistles and this thing. It's crazy. I would never have thought of all this stuff. But here's the kicker. Not only did everything go through in, like, we saw the car online at about 8 o'clock at night. The guy got back to us first thing in the morning. We packed up our stuff and went. It's about half hour-ish drive from here, maybe 45 minutes, to get to that place. And so, we did our thing and we drove over. When we got there, he had a client. He goes, here, go take it for a drive. We hold the other one hostage and like, go. So we went for a drive around the countryside, thoroughly enjoyed the drive, and got back and it was available. There was nothing wrong with it. They just had it in for a checkup. There's been only two owners. The original owner, who had it for like, I think 7 years or something like that. And then the recent guy, he was only using it as a loaner until his car came in. And so it only been really back on the lot for a couple, 3 weeks, coincidentally enough. I think he said it's only been back on the lot for like 2 weeks. So they had it listed, and reasonable price. We have to finance a little bit of it, but it's a reasonable price. And then I started to say this earlier, the kicker on this whole thing is we were talking about, depending on the car, that we'd have to purchase an extended warranty on the car in case something really major went wrong, right? Lo and behold, the original owner from 2015 purchased one of the packages that was available for the car at the time, which happened to include a 10-year warranty. this is not something you can put on your manifestation list, or that you actually think to put on your manifestation list. Because I mean, seriously, the car it's a 2015, this is 2023. That's an 8-year gap. You don't get, and then plus the cars actually come out the year before they're called, like the 2015 came out in 2000, late 2014, but you get the idea. So the car is like 8 years old, but still has an extra year warranty on it. I'm like, thank you. Like, thank you. This is why now when I'm talking to people about manifestation, whether you include law of attraction in this, I don't care. There's a whole nother conversation we can have about law of attraction. But we're talking about manifestation at this moment. So everybody manifests everything at every time. Okay. So whether you're thinking about the cat scratching the furniture, or whether you're thinking about that person that you don't really want to see at work and you always end up running into, no matter how you try to avoid the situation, somehow you end up having a conversation with this one person that you don't really want to talk to. And please don't say you don't, because everybody does. Just it's human nature. There's that one person somewhere down the line that just, I don't want to talk to them. Just, okay. So it doesn't matter. All those little things. It's even wondering if there's going to be parking at the grocery store when you go. That's manifesting. It is that simple. So when you assume that you're going to get a parking spot, and you assume that there's going to be green lights all the way, and you assume that everyone is going to be in a good mood, it's going to go a lot easier for you. That's manifesting. Every single thing you do is manifesting. Everything. While you're breathing, you can control or not. But, there's some autonomic features in the body we're not actually going to get into right now. But you get the point. Okay, so I want you to pick something in your life that you've been thinking about. And then you start and you stop and you start and you stop. Now I want you to think about it again. Is it or something that you've been actually putting a lot of thought into, or too much thought into? Take that item and open the doors a little bit. So let's assume you were thinking about a red sports car with black interior and a kick-ass stereo system and really kick-ass wheels and a sunroof and whatever. So you've narrowed down your path to this little narrow thing. So what if you opened it up and just said a sports car that's perfect for me, and see what happens? Or if you're looking for a new job or a new client or whatever, just open that door wide open and say the perfect client is available for me. And make it a statement, and don't go, I'm getting the perfect client. Don't over embellish. Just make the statement and feel good about saying it. And if it doesn't come out right the first time, pick the wording that works for you and manifest simpler and allow God to fill in the blanks, because, man, when you let the other stuff go on and you don't keep thinking about it, I mean, seriously, we thought about the car, got the privilege of driving a Grand Cherokee for several weeks. And I mean, it's not even just about the car. There's been other stuff going on. I'm just saying, this is just like a big one. I've never really manifested a car before. It's like I've always seen what I wanted, gone and looked at it. I've never had to get one in a condensed period of time. There's always been time to shop before. This is the first time the universe filled in all the holes. I just happen to pick up that vibration, pay attention to it. Now here's the key. When you get that thought pattern, that's not what you're normally thinking about. Pay attention and follow through on it. That's what I did. I got the thought, we looked it up, we got the appointment, we got the car in like 12 hours or less, give or take a little bit. I don't know, went in 12, 16 hours. Well, less than 24 hours, whatever. But all the setup had been done by the universe, starting probably shortly after Gord picked up the car on after the long weekend there. the rental car, right? So there it is. Anyway, I've gone on long enough about this, but so my challenge to you for this week is to pick a couple of items that you've been thinking about getting. I don't know if it's even if it's losing weight, okay? If you want to drop a couple of inches around the middle, whatever. So if you want to lose weight, if you want a new spouse, mate, whatever, I don't know what's the word they're using now, partners, whatever. If you want a new job, if you want a new car, if you want a new house, apartment, whatever, pick your thing. And then keep it simple. The perfect apartment, the perfect car, the perfect mate is available for me. You can add the term now or right now if you like, but it's up to you. Just go with that. Keep it short, sweet, simple. Like, think about it for a second. I want you to just think, I'm going to leave you with this thought and I'm going to shut up and I'm going to sign off. Okay. We were thinking about an SUV with a sunroof, good tires, decent shape, and within our budget. It's like 5 things we had on our list. We enjoyed all the features of the other vehicle, but I mean, some of them are standard, CD, radio, all that fun stuff, heated seats and air conditioning. And most of that is standard. But when you're trying to find a used car, when the used car market is like going bananas right now, it's crazy busy. It's almost impossible to find one where in that budget that you're looking for in 2 days. Like it just, like I'm saying, all that stuff was filled in by the universe. So give it a chance. Just keep it simple, the perfect or whatever is available for me now. And then just go with it. And then tomorrow, pick something else to think about. Tomorrow, the perfect pair of shoes is available for me. And oh my God, that's a whole nother story. We're talking about manifestation. Whole nother story. Okay, gotta stop now. I gotta say it. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. You are the best and the most important project you will ever, ever, ever have the privilege of working on. We'll talk soon. I got too many stories. I think I'm gonna start just spouting. Bye.